What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to talk about a fighter by the name of Canada Lee. He was born March 3rd, 1907 in Harlem, New York, and he would die May 9th, 1952 in Harlem, New York. Now, Canada Lee stood 5 foot 9 inches. He weighed 140 to 147 pounds, which is welterweight. He had total bouts of 77 fights, 31 wins, 31 losses with 15 knockouts. Canada Lee was a welterweight of the 1920s with a very good amateur career, and he had a brief so-so professional career. He basically wanted to concentrate on his acting. He was a superb actor. He defeated fighters such as James Red Herring, Bucky Lawless, Billy Agler, and Izzy Grove. Now, he would play the role of Speedy Joe Williams, which is a trainer for an aspiring young boxer named Henry Jackson. Henry Jackson was played by three-time champion Henry Armstrong in the movie Keep Punching. This movie took place in 1939. He would face two champions, Tommy Freeman, who fought him twice. Tommy Freeman was a welterweight champion. And he would also face Lou Burlard, fought him twice. Lou Burlard was a welterweight and middleweight champion. Now, Canada Lee would earn over $90,000, which is equivalent to $1.6 million today. He began his professional debut at the age of 19. Canada Lee was a jockey, a boxer, and a musician. He became an actor in a Federal Theater project, 1936, the production of Macbeth, directed by Orson Welles. He also would act in a classic Native Son in 1941. He was a champion of the civil rights in 1930s, 1940s, and Paul Robeson would be inspired by Canada Lee. The real name of Canada Lee was Leonard Lionel Cornelius. His years of active, 1926 to 1952. He would be married to Juanita Walter Lee, 1925 to 1945, and Frances Pollock Lee, 1951 to 1952. He had a son by the name of Carl Lee. He played Bigger Thomas in the Mercy Lee played Alfred Hitchcock films. Lifeboat, 1944. He played Stuart Glamorous Journalist. Now, Stuart Glamorous was a journalist who had an IQ of a genius, and he gave this man that role in 1944. Unbelievable. Canada Lee. He was the start to something new. An African American who took charge of his career. He was an actor, a producer, and a director. Some of the accolades of Canada Lee. He played Speedy in Keep Punching, 1939. That was a film of a young, aspiring boxer played by Henry Armstrong. And that made a Grammys nomination. He was a narrator for Henry Bo Farmer in 1942. That was an Oscar-nominated documentary short film. He played Joe Spencer in a movie Lifeboat, 1944. He played Ben Chaplin in Body and Soul, 1947. He was a narrator of Joe Voice of Depression, documentary of Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was called The Roosevelt Story, 1947. He played Lieutenant Thompson in Lost Boundaries, 1949. He was a police officer in The Final Bell, the Chevrolet Teletheater TV series, 1950. Stephen Cuomo, Cry the Beloved Country, 1951. He was an outstanding actor, producer, and director. So salute to Canada Lee. He was a boxer, an actor, a director, a producer, a musician, a jockey. He lived his life to the fullest. He's one to be looked up to. Boxing is not all bad. It's a great sport, but it also has great humanitarians. So I want to salute Canada Lee, fascinating fighter in his amateur career. Didn't take professional boxing to the highest achievements, but he used all his earnings of over $19,000, which is $1.6 million today, to open up businesses in Harlem, to own his home, and to take his career to the next heights. of acting, producing, and directing. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Salute to Canada Lee. Salute to my subscribers. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. This is Scrapbook Boxing, saying farewell. Salute to my subscribers. Peace.